Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fellow channel again. In today's video I thought we'd do a book review, and the book that we're going to review is this one, which is called Radio Hitler, Nazi Airwaves in the Second World War, and that's written by Nathan Morley and it's published by Amberley Publishing. And I'd like to say thank you very much to Philip from Amberley Books, who's allowed me to have a copy of this book and do a review. The book, by the way, is £20, and if you check out the link down below this video, I'll put a link to the website so that it's available for you to purchase. I've got some notes here. Firstly, it's a fantastic book. It's really good, and I can honestly say I've learned a lot, and about a subject I didn't really know that much about at the beginning. But basically, Radio Hitler is about the Nazi Party's effect on the airwaves and radio within Germany, which I found out there's the radio system in Germany was quite comprehensive, very thorough, and used to have lots of programming on, varying from, well, before the Nazi Party got into power. It had lots of plays, dramas, music, classical music, talk, and it was kind of very local centric as well, in that there was lots of local news, local talks, plays, that sort of thing, that would benefit those living in certain areas. But obviously when the Nazi Party got in 1933, they could see the benefit of radio and what communication could bring to the Nazi Party. So they kind of tried to develop it to its full extent, in that it was mainly Goebbels that took over the running of the radio and kind of sorted out all the programming. But of course by then it was all very, very Nazi Party centric. There'd be half-hour programs on. You'd still get the normal stuff like a bit of gardening, on housework, hobbies, crafts and that sort of thing. But it was slowly changing over time, where you start getting more propaganda. You'd have Hitler talks, speeches from Nuremberg. Hitler have these rules, and it would be spoken out over the radio at regular intervals or on the hour, sort of thing. And also they thought that they could get the radio system as a good communication tool to tell the German people what the Nazi Party wanted and what they expected and how they thought people should behave. And so they made radios cheap, easy to produce. They were everywhere in people's homes. They reckon radios were in 70% of German people's homes. It was in their workplaces. There was radios outside in the street, so that there was a constant communication and propaganda to the German people. And I think what many people tend to ask these days is, how could the German people not see what the Nazi Party were up to, or how were they hoodwinked in that? And I think part of the answer was they generally knew what the Nazi Party were like, and they were lied to. But because of all this constant propaganda through radio and even television, they were just constantly bombarded with information about the Nazi Party and how things were going for Germany. So that, in a bit like in this latest era where you've had Donald Trump over in America, where he would say one thing and they believe that, you know, if you say something enough, often enough, it becomes fact, when actually it's not. It's just that it's been repeated constantly, and so everyone hears it, and so things are taken as fact and as proper, so to speak. But the book's very interesting. It kind of covers sort of the late 20s up to just after the Second World War. I think there's about 26 chapters, all great chapters. And actually there's one on the Olympics, which a paragraph stood out to me, which I've got here. It was at the just before the 100 metres where you had Jesse Owens in the race. And this paragraph here says, Owens was busy stealing the show by winning 4 gold medals. They are tripping like thoroughbred horses, the commentator of the 100 metre sprint declared overexcitedly. 2 blacks against 4 whites, Europe against the US. The fight begins. Then Owens stormed to victory, receiving a wild ovation from the crowd. White mankind should be ashamed, Goebbels grumbles. And it really shows that, you know, back then, even before the Nazi Party got into power, the racism and the hatred against anyone who wasn't German or white was coming through anyway, and this was before they'd even got into power. But overall, I'd like to say it's a fantastic book to read. I read it in 2 or 3 nights. It's really appealing, and I can honestly say I thoroughly enjoyed it and learnt an awful lot from it. And the book's very well written. A lot of research has gone into it, and I would say there's certainly credit due to the author Nathan Morley, who's done a really good job. So there we go. That's Hitler Radio, Nazi Airwaves, Nazi Airwaves in the Second World War, written by Nathan Morley. It's £20 and it's produced by Amberley Publishing. An excellent book. I'll leave the link down below this video so that you have the opportunity to purchase a copy. It's a thoroughly good book, and once again I'd like to thank Philip for allowing me to read and review this book. So there we go, that's Hitler Radio. Thank you very much for watching this video. I shall be back with another couple of videos in the next day or so, but thanks very much for watching, and don't forget, give the video a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.